How does the US inclination to applying hard power in many foreign policy situations impact balance between diplomacy and conflict resolution, particularly in the Middle East?
Thank you, Mona, for having me. Greetings to you and to your guest. Of course, the United States or the Trump administration's record in applying their own approach to foreign policy in the Middle East, utilizing way more hard power than soft power as of late, has had mixed results. Initially, it did yield some results when the United States exerted a concerted amount of effort on Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in order to agree to a ceasefire. However, later on, this very forceful approach of the United States moved onto the Palestinian side and the Arab side, trying to impose a displacement scheme that, of course, has garnered the complete opposition and rejection of Egypt, Jordan, and the majority of the Arab world, and also even the majority of the international community, not only the global South and the Arab world, are opposed to this plan. However, so far, the ceasefire that the Trump administration was instrumental in brokering, along, of course, with the Qatari and Egyptian mediators, has yielded a tangible result we can see, and that is the temporary cessation of hostilities in Gaza and the exchange of detainees. However, moving forward from this point, I think this is where the main problem comes in, and where the U.S. propositions, the outlandish U.S. propositions, come in to complicate matters further. Because instead of focusing on reconstructing Gaza and engaging in an actual process to impose a sustained cessation of hostilities, the idea of ethnic cleansing is being introduced as a humane alternative. Of course, this is unacceptable, and this will be a recipe for disaster and chaos and pandemonium in the Middle East if it is pursued by the Trump administration. So the forceful approach that relies so heavily on hard power in the Middle East by the Trump administration needs to be revisited if the Trump administration is interested in the long-term stability of the Middle East.
Ms. Chapman, how has Donald Trump's approach to foreign policy diverged from traditional U.S. strategies and policies regarding its allies?
Yes, well, thank you, Mara. And that is an excellent question. As we have seen, and as you mentioned, Trump has become very transactional. Trump is saying this is a different America. We have a different vision of America's role in the world. And as a result of that, and because of circumstances, Trump is fighting on many different fronts, both at home and abroad. So his tactic has been to become very aggressive. He's aggressively approaching all of these different conflicts. In particular, what we've seen several days ago, everyone was expecting the worst. They were expecting Israel to break the ceasefire and hostilities to resume. Trump threw out this crazy plan that was not a plan. He said the United States was going to own Gaza, take over Gaza, and buy Gaza from Israel. Of course, this isn't a plan. There's no way to carry this out or execute it. And it's legally unclear. Israel has no authority to sell the land. However, what we've seen since then is that Trump saying he's going to take over Gaza has resulted in other parties stepping forward to take action. We've seen Egypt rally the Organization of Islamic Cooperation to come up with and set forth a plan to finance the rebuilding of Gaza and to keep the Palestinians there. And essentially, Trump is transactional. He wants results. He does not want to be known as a warmonger. He wants to create peace and economic stability. So if a plan is set forth by Egypt, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation that sets forth a solution, Trump is likely to say, yes, this is a good deal. This is a deal that everyone can live with, so that the 70, 80 years of occupation and fighting can finally end and the parties can move on to the next stage of negotiating peace, whatever that may be. And once again, we're seeing Trump take bold action to resolve situations. Sometimes this angers the parties that need the resolution. However, at least we are seeing the ball move forward. We're seeing this in Ukraine. Hopefully, we will see this in the Middle East as well.